Okay, this is a video tutorial to talk you through how to complete the final step of your market demand project, in which you have to go out and survey 15 of your classmates. It can also be 15 or some people outside of school too, if you wanted to survey family members or friends. Like say you only were able to survey 10 people in class and you still got to get 5 more in. You could do it outside of class. And if you wanted to survey more people, you could do that as well. So here's what you do. I would recommend that you set up a Google Sheet that looks like this. Put your prices right over here. For example, I put in 5 prices. You got to come up with 5 prices. You got to come up with a low price and a high price and some ones in between. So the ones I came up with were $200, ranging on down to $260. And then right over here in these columns from B, and you can make it all the way down to, you got to make 15 columns, with each column representing a person. So this would be person 1 that you interview, person 2, so on and so forth. So what you would do is you would go up to the first person and you would describe your product, show them your flyer, tell them about it, make a sales pitch to them, and then you would ask them, at a price of $200, rate your demand on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest demand and 1 being not interested at all in buying that product. So obviously at a price of $200, people's demand is probably going to be higher than it is when you give them your high price. You repeat this 5 times with the person. So tell them to rate it at 225, 240. Just have them rate their demand on a scale of 1 to 10 for each of your 5 price points. So that person is completed. You've done your survey for that person. You go out and repeat that with 14 other people, at least 14 other people. It could be more if you'd like. When you've finished doing your surveys, you should have a whole table of 15 data entries with people rating their demand. And what you want to do is you want to find the average demand at each price. And so to find an average, you're going to have to total up demand at $200 and then divide by the amount of people you interviewed. So say you interviewed 15 people, you would add up all these numbers, 10, 9, 8, 10, and then down the list until you get to the 15th person. Total it up, divide your total by 15. And I just came up with some numbers here. So like I said, at $200, the average demand was 8.5, which is pretty solid. And then at $260, which is my highest point, I said the demand was 4.5. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take that information to find elasticity. And to find your elasticity, you need to find your percentage change in price and your percentage change in demand first. So your percentage change in price, remember, it's change over original. So your price went from $200 to $260. So the change is 60. Your original amount was 200. 60 divided by 200 times 100 is 30%. So you got your percentage change in price. Your price went up by 30% from the low to the high. You're looking at low to high. For demand, you're looking at from the lowest price to the highest price. What happened to your demand? So the difference is 4. 8.5 minus 4.5 is 4. Your original demand is 8.5 times 100 to put in a percentage, and you got 47%. Demand decreased by 47% as the price went up by 30%. So the final step in elasticity, if you recall, you have to divide your percentage change in demand, which is 47, by your percentage change in price, which is 30. Divide those out, and you should get a number that's 1.56. And so demand for this product would be elastic. So you know that it's probably not a good idea to come up with a high price. You want to keep your price low because people's demand is elastic based on your survey. The last thing that you have to do, I might have to make a separate video for this, you have to make a demand curve. And I think to do that, you might be able to highlight this and make this into a graph. Let's see. Click on this icon here. Oh, there we go. I want to make this into a line chart. And then we want to switch rows. Oh. No, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I might have to make a separate video for this. I screwed this up here. Line chart. Yeah, line chart. Customize. Yeah, I might have to come back to you on this one and make a separate video. And try this once more. No, I don't know where my. Well, I'll make a separate video to show you how to make a demand curve on here. It's relatively easy. I haven't done it in a while. So hope the video helps. By the end of this video, you should at least be able to know how to do your demand schedule, figure out your average demand and your average price, and then conduct your elasticity.